This is Hannibal here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube with some sad news. Former WWE, WCW, Mid South, and Texas wrestler, former world class pro wrestling, world class championship wrestling heavyweight champion, Black Bart has passed away at the age of 76, according to the Cauliflower Alley Club, after a battle with cancer. About 3 weeks ago, it had been falsely reported by numerous sources that he had passed away. That was based off of a popular wrestling author saying after a battle with cancer, Black Bart was heading home. But the confusion with that was he wasn't actually dead at that point. He didn't want to continue with therapy and treatment, so he apparently left the hospital and went home, where he basically just let the cancer take over. He was recently put into hospice care for his final days. The one good thing about the false death reports that were stemming from that Kenny Casanova post were that he put out a final video about 3 weeks ago saying that he was still fighting. So we got to see one last glimpse of Black Bart, who I had the pleasure of interviewing. I put the link to his last video, his last message to the fans, and the interview that I did with him. And I'm sorry, cancer sucks. But he was honest in his interviews, not only mine, but the one with John Paz on this channel that you could search up that was within the past year, and he even did an interview with Rick Bassman. I think there's 3 total interviews on this channel with Black Bart. If you search up Black Bart, the Hannibal TV, he was honest. He was a drug and alcohol user his whole life and lived a hard life. And a lot of wrestlers don't even make 76, so it's very sad. Black Bart, he's a wrestler and he's passed away at 76 today after battle with cancer. So yeah, I'm sorry to report that. I mainly knew him from shoot interviews. And he was a pleasure. He was a very nice guy to deal with when I did interview with him. Um, yeah, I mainly knew him from that. I can't say I remember him too much because by the time I got into being interested in wrestling, was pretty much the late 80s, early 90s, and I didn't remember him much. He was mostly pushed in the territories, but he was a hell of a storyteller and had a great career. I was very young when he wrestled too, but God bless him. Definitely a great storyteller. Will go down in history as one of the best storytellers. David, I'm going to be doing an update on the drones right after this. Donald Trump just commented on them. I did an update on that earlier, but we don't want to get into that. Yeah, he was friends with the Barbarian. Barbarian's another good guy that last I heard, he's still in very good health. He still wrestles here and there, but he doesn't want a rematch with me, which I don't blame him for. He's getting up there. And I already beat the Barbarian, but I wanted him in a singles match. He's one of the toughest wrestlers I've ever been in the ring with, one of the hardest chops. The only person with a harder chop than the Barbarian is Haku. And so, yeah, nothing bad to say about any of these guys. They're all